Unahaganisika. Hello, everyone. I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday. Today is episode 2 on 5 ways to increase your mental toughness. Today, we're going to talk about how to manage our daily choices according to our goals and not our emotions and feelings. So sometimes we can go through life and it feels like everything is going wrong. It feels like you are not able to stay on track, and there's something always happening that is preventing you from overcoming your challenges. So it could be even like you are headed to the store and your children throw up in the car, or you're constantly fighting with your children and everything is just so overwhelming. And then you have to go to work after, and all of a sudden, like, it feels like everyone is on your back and everything just feels like it's going wrong. And this happens in my life too. And what I have to do is refocus and ask myself questions and go through this checklist so I can stay centered and refocus. So some days, if my daughter is throwing a fit, and this morning she actually destroyed my makeup palette, and I was so upset. And I had to sit back and step out of the situation and ask myself, okay, what can I do about this? How can I change it? How am I going to react? Because she's only 2. How am I going to influence this? And because I don't want to end up having her have trapped emotions later in life because of just the small, silly mistake she made. And some days it could be bigger, and it could be like you are arguing with your spouse and then you go to work and there's just more things that are going wrong. Well, here's some tips what you can do to stay focused. First thing is, ask yourself, what can I do about this situation? How can I control it? Most of the times we feel the need to control everything. And what that ends up doing is putting more pressure on us, and it's harder to obtain a certain scenario that we are trying to go and make happen. By reflecting on what can I control about this situation, it's going to make you feel, well, I can change how I react. I can change how it affects me. I can change how it's going to dictate the rest of my day. So by taking that step back and asking yourself that question, the next part is releasing that emotion. So this morning I had to release frustration. I had to release anger because I was so upset. And by releasing that emotion and allow myself to express myself in a gentle way, I was able to realize I could fix it. I can save it. I can buy a new one. It's not as important. And I had to step out of myself and say, you know what? This isn't important. Is this really worth, having this energy around me the rest of the day? Most of us are going to say, no, it's not worth it. And it's like, taking that next step is to breathe. Okay. By breathing through frustrating times and trialing events, you allow that oxygen to flow into the brain, which is going to allow you to think clearly. You're going to be able to feel what you're feeling, but then you're also going to be able to take a second and see what you can do. And then it will allow you to center yourself. Another technique is tapping. So if you get a heated argument with someone in that morning, then what you can do is, if you feel it in your chest, you just tap on it. If you feel it in your head and you feel this pressure, you can tap on your head. Those are my 2 points that I will do just to help myself release as I'm doing this deep breathing. Holding 10 seconds of breath and releasing, and then doing it again until I feel calm. Another thing that I do is, if I can't get out of that mindset, I'm still angry, I'm still frustrated, I still feel the need to control the situation, then I'll listen to sound bowl meditation. It could even be listening to it for 2 minutes. It can be listening it to for a minute. It can be for 5 minutes. And what this will do is help you center and regroup yourself. You'll be able to think clearer. You'll be able to reset your attention for the day. And the last thing is just to recenter and refocus. So at the beginning of my day, I always write my goals. So I have 3 goals for the year, and I write down how I'm going to achieve them monthly, and I'm going to achieve them daily. So whatever that might look for you, it could be losing weight, it can be an amount of money that you want to make, it can be just wanting to spend more time with your family or getting that job promotion, whatever that might look like. Set your goals on top of it. How do you feel by making that daily effort towards it? And what that's going to do is help you regroup, recenter, and you'll think about, okay, what am I doing today to take that initial intention? And when you go through these trials and feeling those intense emotions, we all are going to experience it at some point. There's no judgment on that. It's just that's life. But it's how we react to that change. It's how we react to those frustrating moments is how it's going to influence us for the rest of the day. And so by setting a goal and an intention, it's going to be faster for you to get back on track. You acknowledge what you're feeling, you're acknowledging the situation, but it's asking that question, am I going to allow myself to be angry for the rest of the day? Am I getting in my own way of joy? Am I going to allow this to get in that way? And most of us are going to say, we don't want to feel angry for the rest of the day. I don't want to feel this way all day long. It's going to affect my relationships. It's going to affect how I view my day. And we want to get past that so we can stay on track with our goals. And instead of going with what our feelings are, if a doctor had an event in the morning with his wife, and all of a sudden he doesn't want to do a surgery for you, well, how would you feel? You wouldn't like that. You wouldn't want, that to affect you. You want them to be their best. You want them to show up for you. So why aren't you doing that for yourself? Why are you not allowing yourself in that moment to show up for yourself and say, you know what? I give up this control. I see there's something I could do about this. There's something that I can't do about it. And the number one thing you can do is change how you're viewing the situation. Step out of the situation. Say, okay, I acknowledge what's going on. I'm going to let go. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to get back on track, and you're going to feel so much better. I know when I take this next step of allowing myself to feel my emotions and taking that reflection of what can I do about this situation, I can now go forward in my day. I don't hold on to it. I don't hold a grudge. I don't keep that on my shoulders. I'm able to just let it go, release, move forward. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and you learned something from this. Go ahead and comment below one thing that you took out of this video. And I can't wait to share day 3 with you tomorrow. So make sure you are subscribed and that you will get the notification for when I go live tomorrow. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.